come to you from the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Jay, I'm just trying to match your style.
I now know why guys wear shades when they come to the Staples Center. They have a bright future. While I'm taking mine off, I'm ready to see a star on the court tonight.
The credit card bill is coming your way. So is the start of this one. Phoenix begins the game with the basketball. Paul to Mikal Bridges. Paul. Smothering D. Westbrook with the basketball. He'll run the offense. And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Carmelo Anthony, a couple of free throws on the way. A career 81% free throw shooter. Misses the first. Second one's good. Splits the pair. It's Phoenix ball. Has a chance. Yes, tough shot. It's got to go up to go in.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Westbrook into the front court. They trail by one. James to Westbrook. Jay, the Lakers, not just a great franchise, but they are a brand in the NBA. With LeBron James, what do you make of Laker fans accepting him maybe now or down the road as one of their own?
They better accept him now. I agree wholeheartedly with Jeannie Buss when she said they're not Laker fans if they're not happy about LeBron James. He is a Laker, and this is one of the most loyal fan bases we have, not just in this country, but in the entire world. The most Twitter followers of all the teams in the NBA.
Nothing going here on that drive. James to Westbrook. They go down to Davis. Nice pass to get things going.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Phoenix with it. Mikal Bridges. Count the bucket for two.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
He got a piece, and that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Suns. Matthews. Westbrook to Davis, down low. Anthony Davis, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Old school equals high percentage.
Into the front court, it's Booker, down by one. To Mikal Bridges. Paul against Westbrook. 5 on the shot clock for Phoenix. Here's CP3, unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
That was a tough shot. The guy was in your pocket. He even contested the shot. Everything was going according to plan until then.
Davis to James. They'll get it down to Davis. Anthony Davis, 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Phoenix has the ball. Nothing going here on that drive. This will be out of bounds off of Davis. Booker. Davis on the drive, but a shot won't go down.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence of, out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Booker. The pass taken away by the Lakers. Anthony down low for Davis. Anthony Davis looking good. 4 for 5.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Westbrook to Davis. Here comes the screen. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
Paul. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. And Davis there to grab the rebound. LeBron into the front court. Leads 3. To Davis. The screen sets him up for 2.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Booker picked up by Carmelo Anthony. DeAndre Ayton to Paul. Down to 5 on the 24. Paul. Going to launch beyond the arc. DeAndre Ayton at the line. Oops, he missed the first one. Second of 3 is good.
Oh, good shot, boy.
Jay, Magic and Kobe each won 5 titles. How are you going to judge LeBron James' legacy in L.A.?
LeBron James wins 1 championship in L.A. That means he will set himself apart. He will have won 4 championships in 3 different cities. Now, that is polarizing for some fans. That still does not take away from the overall greatness and the legacy of LeBron James.
Booker to Paul. Ooh, Chris Paul. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Russ at the controls. Has a look. Shot by Westbrook won't go.
It's easy. Force guys
For NBA
into
Season 9 2021 games and highlights will be coming up next on Sports Action Infinity 2-2.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Crawford. Trying to cash in. Gets a look. Can't hit.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
Paul with it up top. Down 3. Here comes the screen. Paul. Fires the three and knocks it down. Jay, for the defender, tough to gamble once the ball's behind the arc.
Ooh, welcome to the new reality. Positionless basketball. Bigs are now PGs with the ability to drain threes.
Rondo against Chris Paul. They go down to Davis. Oh, nice find for the basket.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Paul. And the slam. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
To Davis. Matthews. From long range. His first effort off the mark. Paul into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Nothing going here on that drive. Ooh, Chris Paul. 3 for 4. Good start. He has that sixth sense that you just can't teach.
He's like a traffic cop, and he's navigating a myriad of bodies coming his way. And there's a smaller innuendo of the game that nobody talks about. When he makes a great pass, he'll tell the offensive player, shoot it, go up, dunk it. He will direct you and lead you to success.
Suns with the basketball. Here comes the screen. Paul. Good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal.
It's early. Get a good quality shot here.
Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Paul. Knocked loose. Out of bounds. Last touch by DeAndre Jordan. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Paul. Oh, he hits the three. When you look at playmakers from the last decade plus, what sets Chris Paul apart?
He always puts you in a position to succeed. He leads because he's vocal, and when he directs and he guides, there is nobody better at the position than CP3.
Davis. Rondo. And Warren there to grab the rebound. Paul. And the rebound taken down by the Lakers. Here's Rondo with it. Down a point. To Davis. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Missed it. Not done yet. Oh, and a putback.
Now, while everybody was staring at the flight of the ball on the defensive end, he was busy carving out space, being active, getting that offensive rebound. That's his second offensive rebound in the first quarter.
Can't connect from inside. Hayden with the basketball. Up by 3. Paul defended by Trevor Ariza. Here comes the screen. Chance for Chris Paul. Ooh, Chris Paul. He's now 5 for 6.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
And 2 for AD.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. Beyond the arc for 3. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
For 3. Rebound taken in by Paul. Paul into the front court. Less than a minute to go in a tightly played first quarter. Curling inside. Anthony Davis with the block. That's his 3rd block this evening.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
To Davis. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Hayden to Paul. Driving right to the basket. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
First one, count it.
For Phoenix, number 40, JaVale McGee.
And gets both to drop at the line.
I like that. I like that. I like that. That's me. I got ball.
Knocked loose. Taken by the Suns. Cashes in for two.
Easy buckets.
Long key from three-quarters court. That'll do it for the first quarter. The Suns have the lead. Second quarter set to begin. Some impressive shooting numbers. Jay, is that good offense, or is it, dare we say, bad defense?
I don't know if I'm watching an all-star game or a regular season game, because I'm telling you right now, Ed, if it was the regular season, which it is, by the way, you probably want to see some teams play some defense.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul. Probing the defense. Paul up against Cook. Just not going down.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jump.
Down low Gasol. Now Gasol. He's 2 for 2 now.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Now Paul with the basketball. Leads just a point. Can't miss those. It's Cook with the basketball. We're a minute into the
NBA
second
Season
quarter.
9 2021 games and highlights will be coming up next
Anthony
on Sports
to
Action
Jordan.
Infinity 2-2.
And he's going to the free throw line.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
DeAndre Jordan at the line. First free throw is good.
Into the game for the Los Angeles Lakers, number 31, Russell.
Able to convert on both free throws. It's Suns ball.
Hey, check up. Let's go.
DeAndre Ayton to Paul. Short jumper won't go down.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Russell Westbrook matched up with Paul. Lets it fly from long range. Westbrook bothered just enough on that one. Paul across the timeline. Down by 1. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Oh, he should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Chris Paul trying to cash in on a three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Unable to connect on the free throw. Westbrook with it. They trail by 1. to Anthony. Lakers down to 4 on the shot clock. Westbrook. And the rebound taken down by the Suns. To Paul. Add 2 points to the board.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Russ at the controls. To Gasol, down low. Can't connect from in close. Paul, guarded by Gasol. And he buries it on the step back. Jay, this move continues to evolve since the days of Allen Iverson.
It does so much, Ed. When you step back east or west while maintaining your dribble, look at all your options. Number 1, a hezzy. You look at the rim. The defender jumps. You blow by him. Number 2, maybe a crossover in the same direction you just came from to throw the defender off. Or number 3, a raise into an easy jump shot. It's easy when you have this bag of tricks.
And when the game's on the line, that's arguably when it's most dangerous. Crowder, defended by Trevor Ariza. Paul. Message received. Well defended.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Oh, Russell Westbrook. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
And scores.
Ed, all this talk I heard over the summer, what about CP3's hamstring? Will he be able to get back his first step? Will he still have it? There you go.
To Westbrook. Carmelo driving, but his shot won't fall. Another follows, still no good.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like his mere presence in the paint was enough to make the offensive player miss the shot before he even got off the ground.
Paul, deep right corner. Deep 2 there, won't go. Westbrook into the front court. 5-point game. Drive on the baseline, but his shot stays out. To Paul. Down low, Crowder. Stuffs it down with authority.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. James. Paul with it up top. His team up by 7. All by himself. Creates his own shot there.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions.
Number 10, DeAndre Jordan. And number 32.
Paul, guarded by Russell Westbrook. DeAndre Jordan sends it away.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
To Paul. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. The shot clock expires. The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own.
Number 25.
Russell Westbrook matched up with Paul. To James. And he's fouled. A couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
LeBron James. He's got 2 shots coming. For his career, 73%. And he connects on the first free throw. And he makes them both. Booker with it. Lead stands at 7. Nothing going here on that drive. Paul goes to the left side. To Paul. Russell Westbrook with the rock. To James. Sizing up the defense. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. Free throws coming up.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
LeBron James at the line for 2 shots. He's perfect from the line so far. Knocks down the first.
Good shot, boy.
Goes 2 for 2. Here's Paul, controlling the offense. To Mikal Bridges. To Paul. And he hits.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a
Game
special
2-3 Boston Celtics 130 Utah Jazz 137 final.
James to Westbrook. LeBron James. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to submit his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
James, guarded by Devin Booker. Fires the 3, and that's rebounded by the Suns. To Paul. And look out.
An
Game
easy
2-3
get
New
back on
Orleans
defense.
Pelicans 107 Dallas Mavericks 9-1 final.
Los Angeles has the basketball. Here comes the screen. LeBron James. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots. The maturity of one of the game's greatest on full display.
Yeah, LeBron James still proving that he can get up there with the highest of the high. But still, I love the fact that he recognizes less is more now. LeBron James 2007, every play is a dunk. Now it just happens once in a while. Enjoy the greatness.
To Booker. Shot clock winding down. McGee powers it through.
Some players are so cerebral. I'm not even paying attention to the dunk as much as I'm paying attention to the player pointing and communicating to everybody his team needs to guard on the next play down the court.
Straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch it home.
It's not every day that you see a 6'9", 265-pound freight train coming down the lane. You probably want to step out of the way.
To Mikal Bridges. Paul to Mikal Bridges. Devin Booker. And the Lakers with the rebound. Westbrook across the timeline. Down 5.
2 minutes left in the second quarter.
James to Westbrook. Nothing going here on that drive. Defense making the ball carrier work. To James. Has a chance. LeBron shot. That's no good. Paul into the front court. Leads 5. 4-3. That no good. Off the mark. Westbrook with the basketball. He'll run the offense. JaVale McGee swats it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
James to Westbrook. 5 to shoot for Los Angeles. Here's a chance from long range. That's off the side of the rim, no good.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Paul. Oh, emphatic slam.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Game 2-3 Orlando Magic 116 Houston Rockets 118 final.
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Russell Westbrook picked up by Paul. To James. They work it down to Gasol. Now Gasol. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Suns control the possession. To Paul. The drive right to the basket. Paul.
Game 2-3 Minnesota Timberwolves 105 Brooklyn Nets 110F.
Wide open look, won't go.
You see, Ed, this is where coaches get fired. It's great to have good offensive sets, but if you can't execute, then the play was a failure.
Going to launch beyond the arc. Mikal Bridges forced that one. Well defended. Deep 3 at the buzzer. First half in the books. The Suns have the lead.
Game 2-3 Minnesota Timberwolves 105 Brooklyn Nets 110 final.
The Suns are in a tight battle after 2 quarters. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaking. The Lakers are still very much in this matchup. And without question, they can put themselves in a position to win this game if they continue to rack up the assists.
Game 2-3 Miami
Have a
Heat
look at the leading
1-1-3
scores
Indiana Pacers
for the Los Angeles
1-0-4
Lakers.
final.
Game track. Bench points.
This is a game where the bench guys deserve a bit of the spotlight. The thing is, you need a spotlight big enough for the reserves on both squads. This is a game that's been all about the depth in the depth chart.
Player of the half.
Chris
Game
Paul
2-3
and his core
Cleveland
IQ on
Cavaliers
display as he delivered
1-1-6
the ball,
Washington
putting his
Wizards
teammates in a position
1-0-1
to score the
final.
basketball. His timing was impeccable.
Who was cold?
No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
Westbrook into the front court. The deficit now up to 5. Trying to cash in. Yes, Wesley Matthews. Better late than never. That was his first shot, and it goes down.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Paul. Curling inside. Count the basket at the rim.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
It's Russ at the controls. To James. Here comes the screen. James to Davis, down low. Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
No, no, no. I'll tell you. The team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
Anthony Davis, couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 79% at the line. And hits the first free throw.
Good shot, boy.
Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Into the front court. It's Booker. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
It's so difficult to block a guy like that with that kind of athleticism and length. Your timing almost has to be perfect, but pretty much there's no stopping him when he's around the rim.
Nothing going here on that drive.
Oh, denied! As my old teammate RJ would say, stay down, clown.
Paul against Westbrook. Has a chance. Look out, Devin Booker. It's been a quiet night. Only 3 attempts, but he makes that one stick.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Nothing going here on that drive. Westbrook. Rebound for Ayton. Paul into the front court. His team up by 7. to Booker, down low. Goes reverse to lay it in.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
JaVale McGee pins it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Paul to Booker. To Paul. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Matthews to Westbrook. James can't go down. Smothering defense.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Knocks it down off the step back.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Hey, double screen.
Matthews to Anthony. Here comes the screen. Anthony to Davis. Slams it down. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
Come right.
Couple of cracks at the line now.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Devin Booker has got 2 shots coming. A career 84% free throw shooter. First one goes down.
For the Los Angeles Lakers, number 9.
Goes 2 for 2 at the line. LeBron James with the rock. To Davis. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Suns. Nothing going here on that drive. On the drive, it's Paul, but his shot stays out. LeBron with it up top. His guy's down 11. Here comes the screen. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
Lays it up and in.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
James to Davis. Knocked loose. Taken by the Suns. Mikal Bridges with the strong finish.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
Has a look. Crowder's shot won't fall. To James. Rondo, guarded by CP3. To Anthony. Trying to cash in. Add 2 points to the board.
You know, Ed, people don't understand. Tough shots are practiced every single day. With all these different contraptions out there to contest your shot, guys shoot 500 made shots a day. This is the new norm.
To Mikal Bridges. Paul. And the Lakers able to grab the rebound. Matthews, guarded by Devin Booker. Devin Booker snatching it out of the air.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Gets it in the left corner. Paul. The pass taken away by the Lakers.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. Is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
To Paul. A drive to the basket, but it somehow stays out. Davis to the basket, but his shot no good.
It's because he took his eye off his target, Ed. As an offensive player, you have to glare at where the defender's coming to, but quickly redirect yourself to your actual target. He was more consumed with the defender than he was the actual rim.
Into the front court comes Rondo. Down 11. They'll get it down to Davis. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Suns. The screen sets him up for two.
So deadly. Now look, part of that is God-given talent. But the other part is that ball speed combined with that handle. Oh, that's off the charts. But he always finds a way to slow himself down right before he goes into that shot.
Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Paul to Booker.
Into the game for Los Angeles, number 10, DeAndre Jordan.
Short jumper misses. Cook to bring it into the front court. Trailing by 11. Rondo guarded by CP3. Here comes the screen. Rondo off the mark. Paul to Booker. Shot from the lane won't go. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Rondo into the front court. The deficit now up to 13. Quinn Cook matched up with Paul to Jordan. DeAndre Jordan, look out. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Paul. Crowder up against the Spaniard. Five on the shot clock. To Paul. Fires the 3. Hits it. And the foul. And a chance now at a 4-point play.
But did you see on that 3-point shot, did you see him slightly kick his legs out? By kicking his legs out, the defender runs into the legs. There's contact. That's how you get a 4-point play potentially.
Chris Paul with a chance at a 4-point play, shooting 66% in this contest. Count that one, and a 4-point trip. Here's Westbrook controlling the offense. Here comes the screen. To Anthony. Russell Westbrook steps into it. Not that time. Now Paul with the basketball. His guy's up by 15. Tough shot. Hand in his face, he makes them pay.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Westbrook to Jordan. Anthony's shot won't go on the drive to the basket. Paul across the timeline. His guys holding the big lead. And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for two. Jay Crowder at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 79% at the line. First one, count it. Two for 2 on that trip. Lakers at the controls right now. To Davis. Here comes the screen. Anthony Davis in a matchup with Booker. Turns and slams it down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Booker with it. His guys hold a commanding lead. Down low Crowder. Slams it down.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Paul with it up top. They can get a 2 for 1 if they hurry. They'll get it down to Booker.
Oh, he sent that one to the 3rd row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Here's Davis, able to convert inside. Deep 3 at the buzzer. 3 quarters complete. The Suns lead it big. It'll be Suns basketball as we begin the 4th quarter. And if they were looking good at halftime, Jay, they're really looking good now.
They really turned up that intensity in the 3rd quarter. They were looking to put this game out of reach, and they've come out close to doing it.
Oh, good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
It's Phoenix ball. And a putback slam.
Oof. Really showing no mercy here. This one is out of hand, and the offense is still pouring it on.
Westbrook with it. His guys down big. Oh, scary stuff from DeAndre Jordan. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
And he'll go to the foul line.
I don't know, Ed. Maybe there's a long-term play here. But next game, we're going to be aggressive early. Maybe.
First free throw is good. And gets both to drop at the line.
Shot, bro.
Los Angeles, they have it. Russell Westbrook, picked up by Paul. To Matthews. Here comes the screen. Westbrook to Anthony. Anthony Davis lets it go. Yes, it drops. Little drama on that one.
This is where I go back into player mode. If the dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
It's a big finish. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
Westbrook to Davis. Knocked loose. Anthony Davis against Chris Paul. Anthony Davis sends it away. Ooh, 5 now. Paul against the former MVP. Nothing going here on that drive. Lakers ball.
I'm here.
Davis to Anthony. Chris Paul with a piece. Lakers able to recover. And 2 for AD. High risk, high reward. It stays in their possession.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Paul, not that time. DeAndre Jordan able to recover with the block.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Big finish at the rim.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back, everybody communicated, everybody pointed. It was just better offense than there was defense.
Chris Paul rejects it. Nearing impossible. No getting through.
5, Ed. That's 5 blocks tonight.
To Booker. It's Paul for 2. Gets a look. Can't hit.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Now the Suns going to signal for a timeout as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the 4th quarter. We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
Number 23, LeBron James.
Paul to Crawford.
For the Phoenix Suns, number 12, TJ.
Pau Gasol. Huge block. Los Angeles has the basketball.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Paul picked up by Westbrook.
Don't let him split. Don't let him split.
And the reward, he's going to the line.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Team foul number 2.
T.J. Warren, a couple of free throws on the way. Shoots it at 75% for his career. And he connects on the first free throw.
Coming right back to you.
able to convert on both free throws.
Oh, yeah, we're coming right back to you.
Lakers at the controls right now.
Coming left, 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 left.
Russell Westbrook matched up with Paul. James, the big man, 8 with the rebound.
Gotta come through, gotta come through.
And that's rebounded by the Lakers. Westbrook into the front court. Down by 15.
Big right.
Here's LeBron for 2. Knocks it down off the step back.
Can we all just agree that that handle is next level, but that jumper's wet too?
To Paul. Jamal Crawford. Small sample size, but making the most of it. He's 1 for 2.
And a lot of passers usually have their head on the swivel, but ultimately, either you have a feel for the game or you don't.
Westbrook. Short jumper won't fall.
Hey, check up, let's go.
To Crawford. The pass taken away by the Lakers. Matthews. It's Ayton with the rebound. DeAndre Ayton to Crawford. Chance for Paul. Here's the step back.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Westbrook to Matthews. Lakers down to 4 on the shot clock. It's Westbrook. Now a step back. Now a whistle. We'll get a timeout from Phoenix as they'll talk things over here in this 4th quarter. Changes coming from both sides right now.
Subbing in for the Lakers.
Booker.
Anthony Davis.
And the Lakers have the rebound. To James. Anthony Davis lets it fly. The shot almost.
I got him.
Baseline drive, but he can't finish. To Gasol. Knocked loose. Taken by the Suns. With the step back.
You see, the savvy players, they can create contact. They can throw their arms into you, even their bodies into you, and as soon as the refs blow the whistle once or twice and you become hesitant defensively, they got you right where they want you.
to shoot for Los Angeles. Here's LeBron for two. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Phoenix with it. To Mikal Bridges. Here comes the screen. Crawford to Mikal Bridges. Crawford to Mikal Bridges. Crawford.
That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. Knocks down the first. Second to three. Got it.
For Phoenix, number 24, Chris Paul.
Takes advantage of the foul. 3 for 3 at the line. Russ at the controls.
I got this clown. Let's go.
To Davis. Westbrook. Rebound Bridges. Into the front court. It's Booker. His guys holding the big lead. Look out, Devin Booker. Now 4 for 9.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Down low for Davis. JaVale McGee. Oh, that's out.
Out of here. It always looks cool, but guess what? You're still on D. You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Matthews. Hayden into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
James in a matchup with Booker. They go down to Davis. Scores from the post.
Old school equals high percentage.
Mikal Bridges to Crawford. From long range. Off the mark. No good. To Westbrook. Davis to Anthony. Here comes the screen. Chance for LeBron James. Deep two there. Won't go.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And so many players, when they come into the paint, they come in with that soft approach. He didn't come in soft at all. He came in with aggression, and he went through the defender. Through, not around. That's key.
Elfrid Payton at the line for a chance at a three-point play. Numbers not in his favor, 61% for his career. Free throws good. Add one more to the total. This game feels out of reach. Los Angeles, they have it. Westbrook to James. Driving right to the basket. And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
And hits the first free throw. them both. Paul into the front court. Looking to make something happen. And the Lakers clear. Rondo with the basketball. Down a bundle. The drive, right to the basket, right down Broadway for the two. Defender has to pick him up.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Phoenix has the ball. To Mikal Bridges. Paul, now to Booker, down low. Had a good look there, but it's no good. Has a chance. A fundamental shot right there.
What was once a tight space is no longer. There is absolutely no way the defender can recover after that move.
To Booker. To Crawford. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Not that time. He missed it. Here's Rondo with it. His guys down big. To Davis. To James. Has a look. LeBron, not that time. Suns with the basketball. It's the Suns with the victory as they win this one handily. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Taylor Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Suns put one in the win column with a solid performance. They did plenty of great things, but we all know what's going to be remembered are the dunks. And you know what? I'm going to remember nothing but the dunks as well. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored to the Phoenix Suns. The Lakers didn't get the victory they wanted here today. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup. Check out the leading scores for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Game track. Bench points.
The Phoenix Suns had the kind of bench production that will make any coach proud. NBA games can be made easier when you're working with depth, and that's exactly what happened here today.
Player of the game.
Chris Paul gets rewarded for the way he provided his teammates with plenty of easy baskets. His assist total is certainly indicative of his clever playmaking.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
what's coming up for the Los Angeles Lakers. That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.